Imagine this. You're one of the world's most elite warriors, armed to the teeth, trained to react in milliseconds, ready to face life or death battles. But instead of charging into glory, you're sitting on a dusty hill for 12 hours straight, staring at the same horizon, counting pebbles, while your commanding officer yells, "Hurry up and wait!" Sounds frustrating, right? Now imagine that's not just one day. It's months, years, the hidden rhythm of military life that shapes soldiers into who they are, for better or worse. Welcome to the bizarre psychology of military boredom. The hurry up and wait paradox that's as old as warfare itself, but more mind-bending than any combat story you've heard. This isn't some abstract theory. Hurry up and wait is military slang for the endless cycle of frantic preparation, followed by soul-crushing inactivity. Think about it. Armies don't just fight, they wait. And waiting isn't passive. It's a psychological battlefield where boredom becomes the real enemy. Historians trace this back to ancient times. Roman legions marched hundreds of miles, then camped for weeks building roads or digging trenches, their minds fraying from monotony. During the American Civil War, soldiers wrote letters home complaining not of battles, but of the dreadful sameness of camp life. Fast forward to World War II, and US troops in Europe spent up to 80% of their time in idleness, leading to what psychologists called combat fatigue, long before the bullets flew. But why does the military embrace this paradox? It's not laziness, it's strategy. Military operations demand precision timing. You can't storm a beach without synchronizing ships, planes, and troops. So soldiers hurry up to gear up at dawn, only to wait until dusk for orders that never come. This creates a temporal desynchrony, as experts call it, a mismatch between body, mind, and mission that triggers profound psychological effects. Your adrenaline spikes from the rush, then crashes into boredom's void. What happens next is fascinating and sometimes alarming. Let's break it down step by step, like a soldier's daily routine. Step 1, the anticipation phase. Everything starts with the hurry up. Alarms blare, gear is packed in record time, briefings fly, your heart races, cortisol floods your system, the same stress hormone that preps you for fight or flight. Soldiers describe it as electric, almost euphoric. But then, nothing. The wait begins. Hours stretch into days. In modern conflicts like Iraq or Afghanistan, patrols might involve 14-hour stakeouts in 120-degree heat, watching empty streets through rifle scopes. No action, just the tick of a watch. This leads to step 2, the boredom trap. Psychologists define boredom not as laziness, but as a search for meaning in meaninglessness. In military contexts, it's amplified. A study by the U.S. Army Research Institute found that prolonged waiting increases attentional deficits. Your brain wanders, focus slips, reaction time slow by up to 30%. Soldiers report gray everyday routines, like endless guard duty where time feels frozen. To cope, they invent rituals, playing cards, pranks, or hurry up and wait jokes that bond the unit. But beneath the humor lurks danger. Boredom erodes morale, sparking irritability or risky behaviors. During Vietnam, idle troops turned to black market gambling or unauthorized patrols, leading to friendly fire incidents. Now, here's the suspenseful twist that keeps you hooked. What happens when boredom suddenly flips to terror? That's step 3, the transition. Military life isn't steady, it's pulses. Hours of tedium shatter into moments of terror when action erupts. Your body, dulled by boredom, must snap into hyper-alert mode. Neurologically, this is brutal. The brain's arousal systems overload. Adrenaline surges, heart rate doubles, vision tunnels. But if you've been mentally adrift, that switch is slower, costlier. Research shows repeated cycles lead to chronic stress, with soldiers experiencing higher PTSD rates not just from combat, but from the emotional whiplash. Real stories bring this alive. Take Sergeant Mike Thompson, a Marine in Fallujah, 2004. His unit hurried up for a dawn raid, then waited 10 hours in a sweltering Humvee. Boredom set in, jokes about the heat, endless MRE meals. Then, without warning, an IED blast. Mike's team reacted, but the delay cost seconds. One buddy was hit. "It's like your brain's asleep at the wheel," he later told psychologists. Or consider World War I trenches, where British Tommies endured weeks of mud-soaked waiting, only for gas attacks to erupt in minutes. Diaries from the era describe the psychological toll. The waiting drives you madder than the shells. Modern militaries know this and adapt. The US Army now trains for boredom resilience, using mindfulness apps and rotation schedules to combat mental fatigue. Special forces like the SEALs incorporate weight training, simulated idleness to build tolerance. But the paradox persists. Why? Because warfare demands it. Generals like Eisenhower understood. Armies move at the speed of their slowest link, and waiting ensures that link holds. Yet, this psychology reveals something profound about human nature. Boredom isn't just downtime, it's a forge. It tests resilience, builds camaraderie, sharpens instincts. Veterans often say the waits created their strongest bonds, shared stories under stars, laughter amid frustration. But it also exposes vulnerabilities. Women in combat roles report amplified boredom stress due to isolation, while younger recruits, glued to smartphones in civilian life, struggle most with the digital detox. As we near the end of this cycle, consider step 4, recovery and reflection. After the terror comes another wait, the debrief, the medevac, the return to base. Here, boredom serves a purpose, processing trauma. Psychologists note that unstructured time allows the mind to integrate experiences, reducing long-term damage. But get it wrong, and it backfires. Overcompensation, endless drills to fill voids, leads to exhaustion, as seen in peacekeeping missions where nothing happens for months, yet burnout soars. So, what does hurry up and wait teach us beyond the battlefield? In a world of instant gratification, scrolling feeds, same-day deliveries, military boredom highlights our fragile attention. It's a reminder that true strength isn't constant action, but enduring the void. Soldiers emerge changed, their psychology rewired for patience amid chaos. But at what cost? Studies show 20 to 30% of veterans carry subtle effects. Heightened anxiety in civilian waits, like traffic jams or job hunts. The next time you hear a veteran joke about hurry up and wait, remember, it's not just slang. It's a window into the mind's hidden war, where boredom is the silent commander. Have you ever faced your own version of this paradox? In work, life, or relationships? Share in the comments what waiting taught you. If these psychological insights from the front lines hooked you, hit subscribe for more on the hidden science of human endurance. The waits in history and your story are just beginning.